Hey guys, I'd like to continue this discussion talking about keeping our children and families safe in a digital world. And more specifically, I'd like to talk to you this time about television shows and movies. I'd also like to throw out a couple of resources that you may or may not be aware about so that we as parents can be more aware and knowledgeable about what's in television shows, about what's in movies, so that we can be more discerning about what we allow our families to watch. But first, let me ask you a question. What type of movies and television shows do you watch? What do you choose to allow to go into your ears and to go into your eyes? Um, Maybe as parents, we need to be a little bit more discerning about what we choose to watch, as well as to be discerning about what our children watch. Now, I'm not saying you have to watch the Powerpuff Girls or Phineas and Ferb for the rest of your life, although I do like Phineas and Ferb. But maybe we need to be a little bit more aware of what we watch. Maybe there are some movies that we need to say, you know what, that does look entertaining, but it may not be the best thing for me spiritually. Just want to put that on your heart and throw that out there. But I'd like to show you a couple of resources. So the first resource I'd like to pass on to you is called Homeward's Culture Update. And what Homeward is it's a weekly newsletter that you can sign up for, and it will show you what's trending on Twitter, what are the most searched things for on Google, what are the most watched YouTube videos, what's the most watched going on cable television, and a lot of different things like that. And so when you sign up for it, you get a weekly email. So let me show you what this will look like. Every week you'll get an email from Homeward, and this will be the Homeward Culture Update. And there's going to be a couple articles on the left-hand side talking about what's going on in teens' lives and kids' lives and families and stuff. And then on the right-hand side, you'll have a couple different lists. And one of the lists will say what's trending on Twitter. You'll have another list that'll say what's trending on Google. Then you can also scroll down and look at the top 10 music songs or the top 10 songs on iTunes, also the top 10 TV shows for that week, also what's on YouTube, and the most popular movies. And I'll include a link to this to sign up for it down below in the video. The second resource I'd like to pass on to you is called PluggedIn.com. And if you listen to Christian radio or anything like that, you've probably seen or heard about Plugged In, and it's through Focus on the Family. So let me show you what that's all about. I'm going to open up my web browser, and we're going to go to PluggedIn.com. And what's great about Plugged In is they give you a really good overview of content that's in movies or content that's in television shows. So when you go to Plugged In, you're going to see this is their homepage. They're going to have a bunch of things that are popular right now for different movies. You can go up here and click on movies. And let's say your kid wants to watch, let's find a movie. Let's see, okay, Resident Evil. That should be interesting. Rated R. So let's say your teen wants to watch Resident Evil. This will give you an overview of what's going on in the movie and what the plot's all about. It'll also go down and it'll give you things that are good about the movie. They'll tell you about some spiritual things that are in the movie, some things that you can talk to your children about. And then usually at the bottom of it, they're going to show things in the movie that are going to be questionable. So here they show some sexual content. Also, another resource I'd like to pass on to you is called kidsinmind.com. And you just go to kids-in-mind.com. And what I like about this is they really give you a lot of detailed information. So let's look up that same movie here. Just type it in the search. And then Resident Evil, the one we were just looking at, was the final chapter. So this will show you on a scale of 1 to 10 the sex and nudity that is in the movie, also the violence and also profanity. So when you look at sex and nudity, you can look here. It says it's going to show nude corpses hanging on hooks, but it says that there's no genitals that are visible. It's also going to talk about a woman who's wearing a boat neck top, and another one's wearing a partially unbuttoned white t-shirt. It's going to show you all the instances of violence that are in the movie, and also you can go down and usually they're going to show you profanity. So they're going to show you 1 scatological term in the movie, 7 mild obscenities, and everything else like that. They're going to show you substance abuse and different things like that. So Kids in Mind gives you a really detailed view of what's going on in a movie. Also, back in Plugged In, you can also look at television shows. So let's say you want to watch, your kid wants to watch a television show, or you want to with your kids, and let's say it's Nashville. So with the television show, it's going to show you kind of the same thing with movies. It's going to give you an overview of what's going on. It's going to give you some information about the plot. It's also going to talk about some other things that are going to show up in the TV series as well. So one thing that it's going to talk about is that there's going to be same-sex relationships that are in the movie. It's also going to talk about some good things, like it's going to talk about some stuff about church. And so those are opportunities that if you know what's coming up in the television show, it gives you opportunities to talk to your kids about it. Or it gives you the opportunity to say, okay, my kids aren't ready to view this, and so we're not going to partake in consuming this media. So I just wanted to put those resources in your hands. This is by no means a comprehensive list. There's a lot more out there that you can get your hands on. And I just encourage you to engage with your children about what they're watching. Help them choose good content and start young, because as they get older, it just gets harder and harder to say no and to monitor what's going on. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today. I hope those resources are helpful. If you have some other ones, throw them down below in the discussion. Reply and say, hey, I also think this is helpful. I also think this is good. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll talk to you later.